Hey everyone, today with Brother Dwayne Stanley. All right? Very, very good. And so we're at the Coronado Mall, Fuddruckers in Albuquerque. And want y'all to get to know this young man. And you, one of the best restaurant guys I've ever met and been around. And we're truly blessed to have him on our team. But you,
Thank you for that.
how long you been in the hospitality restaurant business?
30 years.
30 years. And where'd you start at?
I started at a schooner inn.
Uh-huh.
I was a prep cook and made all kind of Italian food and stuff like that. Calamari, montagate, veal scallopini, everything.
And where was that at?
I was in Philadelphia. I worked in the waterfront.
So you originally from a Philly guy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So born and raised, yes.
And when did you get to Albuquerque?
I got to Albuquerque in 1987. I had worked with Wendy's and worked for Wendy's for several years out of Chicago. And then what brought me to New Mexico was that they asked me, they said, "Are you tired of the snow and the cold weather rather?"
Yeah.
And they said, "We have an opportunity out in New Mexico. You don't get any sun, weather's, pretty fairly good throughout the year." So that's what brought me to New Mexico. I came to, my first stop was Alamogordo.
Okay.
In 1984, I was in Alamogordo. Then from Alamogordo, I went to Roswell. Then from Roswell to Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
I've been in Albuquerque for 22 years now, so this is home.
Yeah. And when did you start with Fuddruckers?
Started with Fuddruckers back in 2002, 2003.
Yes.
Prior to that, I had worked for Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Tricon Corporation, worked for them for 15 years.
Right. So as far as people that look at our industry and the hospitality industry, what advice would you give someone that is looking at a career in the restaurant business?
Well, I would just say if they're looking for something challenging, if they enjoy being around people, if they enjoy, helping to develop and inspire people, and that would be the place for them.
So you've managed and brought up many other leaders in this business.
I would say yes, over the 30 years. Yes, I've helped train some people. Some people they went on to bigger and better things. I've had people come back and tell me things. I'm a good boss and things like that. All those things are good to hear. But in anything you do, you just have to be sincere and lead by example, and then the rest of it just falls in place.
And so with that, I think you, like you said, set the example with that velvet hammer, maybe. Well, how are things kind of evolved and changed from 20 years ago today to the youth and that you're bringing up and training today, and how have you modified your style?
Well, I would say you go from generation to generation. Each generation is different. So generation from 10, 20 years ago, a lot different. They're more stick to it, to the grind. Working hard, doing what they have to do. The newer generation, it's a little bit different. They want everything now. They want it quick. They want it fast. With social media and the internet and everything, you can just get information or whatever you want. It matters of seconds now. So in saying that, people from generation, let's say the baby boomer generation, they understand you have to get into place, get your foot down solid and work, and you can work your way up. Kids now, they just want to come in the door and they want it right then and there, it's nothing wrong with that, but where's the putting in the proof, and you want to, if you want somebody to exceed, you want to put them in the best situation that you can possibly put them in to succeed. And a lot of times, with the newer generation, they don't understand. They got that gun-ho mentality. They want it now. They want to do it. They got that energy. All that's wonderful. But are you setting yourself up for success, or are you setting yourself up to fail?
Uh-huh.
so it's like being willing. The new generation has to be willing to take the steps and go through the process.
Uh-huh.
You know, a lot of times they want to skip certain steps in the process because they want it now.
Uh-huh.
And then if that was any advice that I could give to them to help them, you know, it would be that, to slow down and go through the process and go through the steps. It's a reason why.
Yes.
And a lot of times people don't understand the reason why. It's because it's not to explain to them the purpose of it.
Okay.
And it's a purpose for everything.
Yes.
You know, like when you're a little kid and they teach you how to tie your shoe up, it's a purpose for that. Because you don't tie your shoe up and you run around with your shoes untied and you slip and break your neck.
Yes.
So that's the purpose of that. Tie your shoes so you don't slip and fall and break your neck.
Yeah, so love that. There's a purpose for everything.
Yes.
And I think you live your life that way. So how has the restaurant industry evolved and changed over the last 30 years?
Oh, well, it's, you know, well, here in Albuquerque, but it's grown tremendously. You know, it's a lot more competitors. You know, and the economy and everything affects all of that. Workforce has changed. You know, there's different people now that are drawn to the workforce. So we don't have as many people to pull from right now in the industry. But that's because it's just so much.
Yeah.
There's so much out there now. It's just, you know, it's wild.
Yeah, so did you ever run a restaurant with a cigar box and a calculator versus a computer and everything today?
No, I never had to run it with a cigar.
So you're not
box.
that old, right? Is that what you're
not,
talking?
not that old. I had to work. I had to work with a pad and a calculator a couple times when the register system went down. But you know, technology is beautiful when it works. But boy, when they want to crash and they want to act up, it can be a nightmare. But you know, we work through that.
Amen. All right. Well, appreciate everything you're doing. I really always love being around you because your wisdom and knowledge. I always pick up something. So, is there a quote or something you live by that you've always lived your life that sticks with you, that you help teach and mentor other young men?
Well,
women?
I mean, if it could say anything, you know, it's just basic and simple. You know, I work hard. I try to be sincere, be thankful, and just lead by example. I mean, it's, you know, I can't ask someone to do something if I'm not, you know, willing to do it myself.
Yes.
And you know, so that's what I would say, and that's what has gotten me to the point where I'm at now. And I've been through all different levels of the scale. So, you know, as I said, I'm just thankful, and I just, you know, try to take it one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time, and just do the very best I can do.
So be sincere, be thankful, lead by example,
And work hard.
and work hard. Yeah, pretty simple, right? And this man runs a most profitable restaurant and does multi-million dollars and runs a great organization, and we're so thankful to have you part
Well,
of it.
you know, I can't do it with my supporting cast, and you know, I'm everything with them and nothing without them.
Yeah.
But you know, in anything you do, it takes a team.
Amen.
You know, you can't do it by yourself.
Well, so we just focus on getting 1% better every day. And if you get to Albuquerque, come meet this young man. You'll be blessed by it. So God bless you,
God
man.
bless you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. God bless.